archaeology has changed a lot since the 1980s, where archaeologists, yes, dig carefully in the ground, but we also collaborate with communities and engage in creating public presentations that are engaging rather than just presentations to other academics. And we call that heritage archaeology.
This story is a story about generations. It's a story about his childhood, which for him was an important time because it was happy. What we're out here doing archaeologically is looking for the history of the site itself. A lot of the material, thousands and thousands of artifacts, come from what we call a midden, which is either a trash pit or, in this case, evidence of the destruction of the house.
So the house itself extends from about where the chimney has fallen down next to the platform, and it would have gone out along where we're currently working. It's marked with various colored flags.
His maternal line, his maternal family, the Burkharts, were the ones that owned this property as early, possibly as 1790.
It's been a very, at least from my experience, a positive response from people. People seem to be very interested in who Du Bois was, as well as the idea of African American heritage in Western Massachusetts.
We know that there are people who admire, who follow, who really are invested in the story and the history of Du Bois. He as a scholar, he as an activist, he as a Pan-Africanist, a leader, a writer, etc.
We're not just learning the archaeological techniques of troweling, but we're also learning the public interpretation. What does this site mean in that greater context?
There's a growing field of heritage studies, also new heritage or critical heritage studies, which we are trying to train students to be able to dig, but be able to look at archives, to be able to understand what it means to engage with communities.
I definitely thought about archaeology a lot differently after spending a week in the archives.
It makes you remember how important it is to take into account these types of documents when you're trying to do research, especially this type of research on African Americans in this area.
So we had account books from the mid-18th century of merchants and business owners and farmers in the town of Deerfield, and we were transcribing those, looking for clues of presence of captive Africans and freed African Americans.
Really just rooting through these books to find those little references to enslaved people. Every one of those references just builds a deeper understanding of how slavery functioned up here in the North.
So for us, heritage archaeology is still sort of in formation. We're still trying to figure out how you blend these concepts of history and historical archaeology and heritage and community engagement.
Archaeology will continue because we have more to learn about Du Bois's family and about Du Bois himself. And as those developments occur, we'll incorporate them in the interpretation of the home site.